Hey everybody, it's Matt from Junior Horror Movies, and welcome to another Top 10 Tuesday. As you can see, I am doing my top 10 Wild Eye releasing films. Yes. These are my top 10. They're all DVD. I don't think they even have a Blu ray release of any of these films. But, uh, so my top 10 Wild Eye releasing. Yes, this was a difficult challenge because uh, the company puts out some pretty cool gems. They put out some ones that are not so great or whatnot. But going through, and I think I found some good ones that I really enjoyed watching. Some are goofy and funny. Some are like making you scratch your head and go, "Huh?" But yeah, the artwork on most of these are incredible. Whoever does the artwork for Wild Eye does an awesome job. But the films themselves are pretty much low budget type films. You're not gonna see anything like astronomically huge. But you are going to see some cool stuff that's happening in these movies. Some good imagination, some good storyline, some good maybe stop motion, all that fun stuff. So people are probably going, oh God, here we go. So yes, my top 10 Wild Eye releasing in my collection. Number 10 is called Sin, Self-Induced Nightmares. This is a horror anthology. I think this is four stories together, maybe four or five. Pretty much a man's going on a blind date with this one woman, and she's telling him all these different stories during this date. He's pretty much going, huh? With Sin, you have a like some of the stories are like a killer teddy bear story, which was pretty cool. The one with the whole sex and everything was not the greatest, but you have one guy that's on a date with a woman, and she's like video recording everything, and he gets his hand cut off in a blender, no, a garbage disposal, and like she's putting it on her YouTube, and it's just some weird stories. But some of the stories are really well. Like I like the killer teddy bear. It's goofy, it's fun. You don't take these movies very serious. You watch them with friends, with a beer, whatever you just want to zone out and watch. So number 10 is Sin, Self-Induced Nightmares. Number 9, again, here we go with the artwork, and that's called Swamp Head. Yes, a movie called Swamp Head, where a some medallion or talisman is I think it was disturbed or something, and this selfless head is now floating around the swamp, killing people. Pretty much it. Like someone gets killed by, I try to remember, there's like a revenge thing. The head is just goofy, like, but it's fun watch, guys. Again, like the artwork in itself is insane. How this movie is, but it's a low budget, weird, disembodied head flying around killing people. Can't get any more serious than that. But it's a fun watch, guys. I highly recommend checking out Swamp Head if you're into low budget films. Definitely check it out. Number 8 is A Plague So Pleasant. This is a zombie film where people have gotten along with zombies. Zombies are now becoming almost like an extinct species, and they're trying to cohabit with everyone else. And it was different. I like this story was actually kind of different in how you interacted with the zombies and everything, and it was actually enjoyable. I didn't mind this movie for a different type of zombie film. You'll have zombies running all over the place trying to munch you. They're mostly if you disturb the zombies or if like I think it was noise that did something as well to them. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was actually a decent zombie film. So, A Plague So Pleasant, number 8. Number 7 is Killerosaurus. Part human, part dinosaur, all soldier. Pretty much I think it's a British film where they're experimenting with DNA and dinosaurs, and they grow their own dinosaur. Well, fun stop. Someone gets munched behind this door, and pretty much the project is halted. While of course one of the girls that worked there brings her boyfriend, who is a reporter, and they go find her um, boss to talk to him and everything. And I think the dinosaur's dead and everything. Well, it's actually alive in this cell that's all locked up. And of course, the special forces are there and everything. People are getting killed by this big dinosaur. I like this movie a lot, except for the end. The ending just ends abrupt. It just they decided we're gonna end it here and that's it. Which, if they do a part two and continue it from where it ended, I wouldn't mind that. This is where your stop motion is coming in. The dinosaur is the stop motion type of creature. They're also working on mixing dino DNA and human DNA. So you got a lot of mad scientist stuff going on in this film. Again, cover art is fantastic. I love that cover art. Number 6. You want a weird film? Here you go. Bread and Circus. Just the weird title alone, you're like, huh? This is just a really weird film. Let's just say the Earth is like a woman, and it starts spitting out people through like its weird vagina that's given birth. That's how we evolve and come to being, is being birthed through the Earth. Yes, that's just a weird scene in itself. But it's got a lot of good gore to it. It definitely has that Peter Jackson bad taste feeling to it. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking out Bread and Circus, especially if you're into weird what the fuck kind of moments. This is it. All right, number 5. It's from an older version of Wild Eye. As you can see right there in their Wild Eye mix is called Mold. Pretty much there is another film that's coming out, and that is, oh, shit. The fungus from Planet Oris, or I don't know. It's pretty much Mold, but it's more things happening, more storyline, more arc, and everything. So I can't wait to get that version as well and hold on to Mold. Mold was pretty good. It's like a weird. I think it was these people are trapped in a research facility in this alien spore, or it was the team worked on the spore. I don't know. The spore gets through this ventilation duct and it starts infecting people, and people start melting. They start turning into green goo. They start eating each other. It's insane. It's a fun flick, and I can't wait for the next. I don't know if you want to call it the extended version, but it's a different name coming out for it. So Mold, great film. All right, number 4 is another anthology, and that's called The Horror Network. Pretty much, The Horror Network. There's no wraparound. It just all the stories are all together. The first one is very very short. I didn't even know it was a story until I had to watch it again. I'm like, oh, that is. I think there's 5 stories. Yeah, 5 tales of murder. Duh. Uh, some of them are really good. I love the last one. The last one's very twisted, very dark. I don't want to say too much about it because it gives it away. Let's just say this one dude who has his ways with another dude, but then he does things to him. But then when you find out what his job is at the end, you're like, what? There's a French short in it that's pretty twisted. I think it takes place on Christmas. There's another where the guy is with his psychologist, and he's got some issues. It's actually not bad. The Horror Network, check it out. That cover is just insane. All right, number 3 is Queen Crab. Yes. All right, this artwork here, this does not happen at all in the movie. So I don't know why they're showing all the spaceships and the planes shooting this giant crab, the army's here. None of that happens. But anyway, this little girl befriends a little crab. And her dad and mom are always arguing and whatnot. And the father is working on growth hormones. and he's got these giant grapes. And she goes in, steals the grapes to feed to her pet crab. Well, her mother and father die into an explosion, and her uncle now is taking care of her. And of course, she keeps feeding the crab all these giant grapes. Later on, the crab grows and becomes very large. And of course, this small town doesn't like this crab and everything. People started to come up missing. Some people are dying. They're like parts of the buildings are destroyed. It was a fun flick. It's a stop animation type film. Um, it's also another Polonia brother. Polonia works with Wild Eye a lot, and so it's kind of like a little bit of a shot on video type style. But the crab is all stop motion. There's no CGI in it. It's just a big ass crab. So I liked how they did it. I liked um, killer crab type movies. There's not many out there. So this works with like Island Claws if you ever want to do a double feature. But yeah, there's some cool kills, and I guess the crab looks pretty fun. All right, number 2. It's actually a serious film, but they did a well job on it. I was surprised that Wild Eye put it out, and that is Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla. And pretty much is a ice cream vendor. He gets bullied a lot, gets picked on. He's kind of slow. He likes this one girl, and I think she was a star, if I remember correctly. He watches her on the TV a lot. And of course, the bullies pick on him, and he goes too far, and he snaps. And of course, he goes after the bullies. He goes after a bunch of people. He tries to befriend the girl, and she doesn't want it, that kind of thing. But wow, this was actually really good, guys. If you've never seen Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla, don't pass off. Definitely watch it. It's actually really good. And my number 1, which I actually enjoyed watching just because it's a goofy film, just with that title alone, and that is Sharkenstein. Yes. If you put a shark film with Frankenstein, you have Sharkenstein. Pretty much, it's a Nazi project that was used in World War II. The scientist, of course, the war ends, and of course, scientist goes off on his own. And present day, he's still working on this experiment with this shark. And of course, he has it mind controlled. He goes off and sends it to kill some people. Yeah. It's just, if you've seen the movie Frankenstein, it's almost exactly like Frankenstein, where the shark does come on land. There's the angry villagers with the flame torches. It is very goofy, and it's a lot of fun. And of course, I love this artwork. And of course, this doesn't happen. I don't know why they put airplanes on it and everything. There are no airplanes. But you have a bunch of people in this small town getting attacked by a man-eating, built-together shark. Again, it's all stop motion. Even when it comes on land, goofy puppetry when you watch the special effects, like the special features on it, have the making. Again, it's another Polonia film. So yeah, Sharkenstein at number 1. Yes, that is Wild Eye in my collection, guys. I hope you enjoyed this top 10 video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks, guys. Peace.